Hey folks, it's Tom, your frugal prepper. I'm going to go over some of the new tools I have acquired in the last month or so and show them to you and talk a little bit about them. If you like videos like this, make sure you click that subscribe button and click the bell notification to be notified each and every time I upload a video. Alright, so I'm going to talk about a few tools I've gotten lately and that I just thought would be handy. One is the spill-proof funnel kit. What I really want is one of those fancy, like Snap-on makes them, where you put it on the radiator cap and it sucks all the air out of the system and it sucks the new coolant in through a tube. I just can't justify it for as much as I would use it, and it would take me a long time to pay for that tool to pay for itself. So I'm not going to buy that, but I thought I can afford this little spill-proof funnel kit. It comes with, as you can see on the picture here, a whole bunch of little adapters and stuff. And then you can basically hook it over the radiator cap, and then you can fill this full of coolant, and then you pull this. It lets the coolant in the system, and you can sit there and let it run, let it, heat up a little bit and stuff with the thermostat open and get all those bubbles out of the system. And it'll just bubble up, and then when you're done, if you have coolant left, you just stick this little sealer stick back in there, and then you can pick it up and go put it in your coolant bottle, pull that out and drain it back in your coolant bottle so you don't waste it. But it just comes with all kinds of little adapters and little different kinds of caps and elbows in case it's at an angle, and like extenders and like different degree elbow and different kinds of radiator caps and coolant reservoir cap. I think that's all of them, yeah. And it's got this nice, this is a real nice, like, rubberized lid. It's not just a cheap plastic lid. It really snaps on there tight. So that it keeps everything nice and sealed up in there so you can throw it in your toolbox. Alright, so next I'm going to talk about a tool that I got the idea from Andrew the Mechanic. I will put a link to his channel up here. Check it out. He's got a really cool channel. I'm surprised he doesn't have a whole lot more subs than he does, because he's like an awesome guy and he's got a lot of cool tools and ideas. This tool is an AutoZone tool. It's a compact sealed head quick release ratchet, 3/8 drive, 72 tooth. But what's special about this is it's built in a 1/4-inch drive body, but it's got the 3/8 drive head. I've wanted something like this for a little while now, because there's situations where you don't have much clearance and you need to get in there. And this comes in real handy. But the Snap-on, it's usually the premium tool vendors that have something like this. So I've kind of held off. But this one was like 20 bucks. And I had to mail order it. They didn't have it in any of my local stores. So it was like $5 in shipping. But it seems like a good tool. The situation I ran into recently, putting a turbo on a Chevy Cruze, trying to get the bolts in the from the oil drain plastic tube onto the bottom of the turbo. It takes a E10, and the only E10 I have is a 3/8 drive, and this like little Craftsman set of E-Torx is the only E-Torx I own. I needed a little low profile head to get in there to it, so what I had to do was use my little stubby 1/4-inch. This is a Titan. I got this at AutoZone too. It's like up front with the little cheap tools, but it's a decent little ratchet. I mean, a little stubby ratchet. Then I had to put this 3/8 adapter on, and then put my socket on, and the problem was is that got me down too low, and it was kind of at a weird angle, and you know I'm you know doing, as Erica would say, the classic reach around. I'm putting my fingers in a position that God never intended for them to be in for like 20 minutes. I did manage to get the bolt tightened, but having this socket on this wrench would have been the absolute perfect situation. I almost want to get a second one of these and grind a handle off and make it into a stubby. Would be even another cool tool to have. I like having lots of tools that can get me into a lot of different strange situations, you know, to get to the bolts and fasteners that are hard to get to. I'd rather have more tools to get into more hard to reach places than to have really nice premium tools but not have a whole lot of variation. So the other thing I purchased is not really too big of a deal. I got this, I guess this is a die grinder. It's not an angle grinder because it's not an angle. It's just got the extended head on it. This is from Harbor Freight. It's a Central Pneumatic, and I don't even know the part number. I don't know how much it was. It was like less than 15 bucks or something. It works. But I got this, and I got the idea from Marico, because I run into this same thing where you pop out these hubs out of GMs. You know, on the little ones, you know, your little cars and vans, you know, have the smaller hubs, but even the bigger, like, you know, four-wheel drive, front-wheel drive hubs, they, you know, get a bunch of corrosion on them, and you want to get in there and clean that corrosion so your new hub can just slide in nice and easy. He had some carbide cutters and a little nicer grinder. Now, I just got a set of these Mibro rotary files, and then I've turned the regulator down on this so it's not turning full speed, but it does a pretty good job at that. You know, it gets that corrosion out of there quick. It's a lot cheaper than, or a lot quicker than trying to hit it with like your angle grinder and a Scotch-Brite pad or something like that. So, huge time saver when I'm doing those hubs on old rusty, crusty vehicles. That didn't cost much, you know. And then got this little 1/4-inch drive ratchet. I used to have a Mako 1/4-inch drive ratchet. It worked great. I bought it used. I didn't pay truck prices for it. I got it on eBay used, but it worked great. But it just had this pitch to it. You know, it was kind of loud, and it had this pitch that just made my ears ring and buzz. And so every time I used it, I had to put on hearing protection, and I just got to where I never used it. And so I gave it to my friend who's a mechanic who needed a 1/4-inch drive ratchet really bad. And it doesn't bother him at all. He doesn't think it's loud or anything. He uses it. And so I figured I'd just go grab a cheapie. This is the Rule King Tool Shed brand. You know, who knows how long it'll last. It is, I think, 12 or 14 bucks or something. But it probably lasts me a while, right? Just using it evenings, weekends. And the final thing that I bought, I had some free AutoZone bucks, and I needed to get some more red thread locker. I went ahead and got this little tool right here by OEM Tools, and this is for putting over wheel studs and cleaning off your, you know, your hub face and your rotor hat, to get all the rust off of there so that the rotor and then the wheel can all sit flush if you got a crusty vehicle. I think I got this idea from Erico as well. I get a lot of ideas from Erico. And since I had $20 in free AutoZone bucks, this was $21, so I got it. Comes with 2 extra of these regular size abrasive discs. It comes with 1 smaller one, I guess, if you're getting into something where the studs are closer together. But I think that'll be really nice because you can just go over the studs with this and then just go back with like your Scotch-Brite disc or whatever and clean up the flat, more open parts. So that's what I got. That's just some of the tools that I purchased to kind of help me out on my jobs and help speed things up a little bit, hopefully, and make things a little bit easier. I haven't had a lot of cars in lately because I've been kind of taking it easy on the weekends and just doing some YouTube videos and finishing my engine to get it back in my car. But I'll have some more cars coming soon. I may have a Porsche coming to actually do some work on, so I'll make sure I do a video on that. And I have a couple other things lined up, some radiators and stuff like that. But nothing has been critical that can't wait. Just like slightly leaky radiators and stuff. So I'll talk to y'all later. This is Tom, your frugal prepper.